What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Today's Money, where we help you get your mindset right and help you get your money right. Today, we have got a lot on the table. We're going to be talking about Gamestop. We're going to be talking about all the craziness in the stock market over the last week. I also want to talk about something that just came across the desk this morning. But before we get into all of our fun topics, how you feeling, Rye?
Man.
Overwhelmed?
No.
Angry?
No.
What she's looking at on the table here, everybody, is her notes for this video, because we were talking about it for a while beforehand, talking about the difference between brokers and hedge funds, the difference between third parties, and like all these differences in this equation that's led up to the craziness with Robinhood and GameStop and all these other stocks, which are just funny to me. So
I'm trying to understand it all, and I learn best visually and logically, so I'm trying to like map this out to make sense of all the literal nonsense that this has turned into.
But I think it's a good thing for us to be talking about this, because I am a little bit more educated in this stuff than you, so don't hold back on any of your silly questions, because people watching are going to think that those same questions, they're going to want to know the answers too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So before we get into this, first thing across the desk this morning, India is trying to put a law through. It just happened yesterday, Friday afternoon, that they put this on their website, on the government's website. Naturally. Of course. So that's a similarity between America and India. Friday afternoons, bro, they always try to leak stuff out on Fridays, like we're not paying attention. But they're trying to basically ban the private ownership of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin and other coins.
How would you even do that?
I don't know.
Like just ban the platforms that you buy it
exactly.
from?
That's step one. And then don't let anyone use it as commerce. Like don't take Bitcoin for anything. You know what I'm saying? Use this government coin. So that was the second part of the news, is that they're going to be enforcing, or pushing through, I should say, more of this government-backed cryptocurrency. And this is going to be the first of many. China's already done this with the digital yuan. Now you have India, the Philippines, Taiwan, all these other Asian countries. They're always ahead of America. They're going to be next. And then it's going to be happening here. So it's just a matter of where's the currency coming from and how quickly do they shut down the private cryptocurrency market, if they do at all here in America. One more thing about this. Tom Basso said this to me. If you guys watched our previous conversation, our most recent one, Tom said, he's like, who's to say the government of any country doesn't just come in and shut this thing down? Look what just happened today. What do you think about this? Do you think it's fair for a government to step in and try to control Bitcoin, which is, again, built on the idea of privacy, or is it not going to work?
I have a lot of thoughts.
Then share.
First of all, the government, whoever the hell makes all of these rules and decisions for the majority of the people.
Can you tell how fiery Riley is today?
I just want to know how they think they know what's best for the people without actually talking to the people. Like, how is it that all of these decisions just get made for us and everyone's like, here's your cards, deal with it, without actually getting our input and what we think and what the majority...
Okay. So no input from the masses. That pisses you off. But why? What if the government does know better? And like, what if there's a really good reason for them to be banning Bitcoin? Like, Bitcoin is used for illegal transactions, buying drugs. You can hire hitmen with Bitcoin because it's not traceable. So Bitcoin is used to perpetuate illegal activity, is what they're always going to say, is, you know what I mean?
Have to cross my legs here.
Okay.
Got to put my feet up. I get that. But people will still find a way.
Always.
So it's like, how... Okay, I understand why they could potentially want to make Bitcoin illegal, the trading of Bitcoin, because it does then kind of naturally collapse the current economy that the government is in control of.
Bitcoin could?
Yeah, because...
It's an outsider.
Because if more people catch on to it and realize that this is something that the government doesn't have control over and that you can do whatever you want actually with your money, and like, how do you pay taxes on Bitcoin? You don't. So this literally collapses the economy, which makes the government people fucking cry.
Mad.
So hard.
They can't track the... Yeah, you're right.
On the other hand, it's like, at least we think the economy is what keeps human civilization growing and evolving. Is that true? I don't know, because we've always lived with an economy. Could we survive without an economy or have it be drastically different? Probably.
No.
Because humans aren't that fucking complicated, but the government likes to complicate everything.
That is a whole separate conversation, because I strongly disagree that without an economy, we would not just do fine. We would literally kill each other, Riley.
Yeah, hunter-gatherers. We're humans.
Yeah, Riley, but that
Only
would suck.
Only the wild survive.
Riley, that would suck.
Would it?
Yes. I like living in a house that protects me from invaders, and I like that everybody isn't out trying to kill each other. Like, this is a totally different conversation, but I strongly disagree. Economy is
Okay.
the only thing that keeps things evolving.
Right, but that's why I said I can understand why they're doing this, because Bitcoin opens up the floodgates
Right.
to destroy the economy.
Disruptive finance. So, like, look at Venezuela, right? A country we've talked about them on the show before, basically corrupt at the highest level, okay? The government basically ran the country into the ground, and now eggs are worth more than, they're worth more than oil there. So the government tried to step in and do a government-backed cryptocurrency. They did not make Bitcoin illegal, as far as I know. Comment below if that's incorrect. I don't think it's illegal to own Bitcoin in Venezuela. And everyone went from the government cryptocurrency. They're like, nah. We'll stick with Bitcoin. And Bitcoin users shot up in Venezuela when this happened. So it'll be interesting to see the statistics that come out of this a year, 2, 3 years from now of like Bitcoin usage in India pre this law, if it passes, and then after this law. Because Bitcoin usage can still be tracked. Whether the government steps in and takes that, that's a totally different conversation. But I think we can still track where there's Bitcoin transactions in the world. You know what I mean? We can track that volume. It has to be tracked because we know how many Bitcoin there are.
Yeah, I just think that anytime you have a government, which if you put all of the people that are in government compared to all of the surrounding people that are not in government, how can you say that that small circle of
knows
people
what's best.
knows what's best for the majority?
That's a good point.
So it's like, why not look at the majority and look at the reasons why they are so attracted to Bitcoin?
But this has to go back to what you said, taxes,
they
Riley.
want the freedom and all of these things. So why can't they then
tax Bitcoin?
Not even that, but just think outside the box of how do we come up with a solution to not all of their needs, because there has to be give and take, but somehow
keep the people happy.
listen to the people and what it is that they want while not controlling every little small detail of their life. Let humans have the freedom that we all have the right to be.
Yeah.
You know?
No, and I don't disagree with you there, for sure.
So,
but I think the issue is going to be taxation. Think about how many people are in India. Think about how many Bitcoin transactions that would be. And think about how hard it is for the government to tax these transactions
but
already.
here's where I think that they need to start thinking outside the box. I think they need to start with education and really start teaching the people what tax actually is and what it's used for.
Okay.
That way they can better understand, okay, in a way, these taxes are, because the normal American, they hear, or not even American, anybody.
Sure.
They hear the word tax and they're like, ugh. Like,
right.
Nobody likes it.
Right.
But it's like, what if you were actually educated on taxes to understand that some of them are good?
Right.
Some taxes allow you to live the life that you currently live.
Yes.
People don't understand that. So if they just took a step back and re-taught people about taxes and what they actually go for and are more clear there, not trying to hide everything and manipulate things under these laws that then have attachments to this. Yeah,
like
just
a better agreement.
Let people understand, provide clarity, not
agree.
more confusion. And then maybe they'll have a better relationship with taxes to where, yes,
exactly.
we do still pay taxes, but in a way that we understand and we're happy about it.
Right.
Yes.
So re-education is always the answer.
Searching for this no tax money and don't ever know what it is that I'm doing. They'll feel more free and open because they'll still have their own personal freedoms.
It's definitely a good point.
Education.
So comment below. Let us know what you guys think. Do you think India will be able to enforce this ban on Bitcoin and private cryptocurrency and then just shuffle their own government cryptocurrency in? Or do you think it's going to backfire and Bitcoin transactions are going to skyrocket in India?
I don't know, because a lot of companies, like Japan's already using Bitcoin as currency, aren't they?
It's probably going to backfire.
And like PayPal,
I don't
they
even
didn't
own
partner, but like they just brought in Bitcoin as a method of payment.
But India is its own country. They got a lot of people. They can do whatever rules they want. But let's move forward. I don't want to linger on this too much. Comment below. Let me know how you think that's going to make out, and I'll keep you posted if we find any more information about that. Let's go into one other thing before we get into the GameStop stuff. I think as of yesterday, we are now selling tickets to our next Trading Accelerator event. You know, we just finished up the one in Clearwater a couple of weeks ago. Unfortunately, you weren't there for the whole day because you have your yoga teacher training, but you'll get to be at the full day event for the Arizona thing. So it's coming up Friday, March 5th. It's like a month or so away from when you're watching this video if you're watching it live. It's March 5th, 2021. It's going to be from 9 to 4, 9 to 5, however long we run. You know, I don't really care. Looking to just do another jam-packed, value-filled, awesome event with some like-minded traders. Clearwater was dope. The prep into these events is fun. I do a lot of research for them. I like to make sure that it's got like a lot of value in it, like I said. So it's valuable for everybody, me, them, everybody. So
and it really is such a beautiful thing to witness because, like you said, I wasn't at the full one this last time, but
we've had others.
Just seeing all of these minds come together to where you all have this commonality of Forex trading. That's why everybody's in the room. But everybody brings something different to the table that it's just so different when you're talking about it in person, because it's like you can see and feel even the complications and frustrations of some and where they're lacking understanding. And then somebody else next to them, not even you maybe, can help provide that clarity in a different way than even you. And like when everyone comes together, it's just like so mind blowing, and it really is just beautiful.
You made me think of one thing, and I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
With the people that have reached out already for the tickets that we've sold, I've also had some people reach out that aren't already ASFX members, but they are West Coast and they want to come. If you don't have our courses, because normally the people that come have been a part of the community and they're looking to take it deeper, but if you don't have the courses already, just reach out to me. I'm going to put the link in the description to this video, wherever you're watching or listening to it, so you can go to the website and see what's included with the tickets, see what we're going to be covering specifically, go watch testimonials from other events that we've done. I'll make sure you're linked to that, but just know if you don't have the courses, just reach out to me. I'll give you the courses with your ticket for sure, because I want you to have the information before we get to the live event. That way you're not like, what is an A1 entry? It's like, no, you should know what the A1, the D1, and the D2 are when we show up, because we're going to go really deep on them, on the newest information that I have, the most up-to-date research.
Yeah, but not to, like, when you say that, it almost kind of sounds intimidating and overwhelming, because I was just going to say... intimidating. But you're not. I was just going to say that I feel like if you're somebody that's new to trading... these events are like the best way to really dive head first and just immerse yourself in it, because when you're studying on your own, it's so easy to get distracted or get pulled away or have your thoughts be pulled in different directions, because you're probably studying at your home where you're comfortable, where your mind naturally goes. But when you force yourself to be in a room, like, you are just indulged.
And I'll call you out if you're not paying attention. You know what I'm saying?
Not even that, but like you said, even if you just did get the courses and it's all new to you and you have a little question of like, well, wait a minute, can you clarify this about the A1? You get that clarity right there to then be able to go further. Yeah. Oh, I have this understanding now, so let me take it deeper. Now that I have this understanding, oh, these dots really do connect and I understand this, so let me move on here. And hearing other people's questions and analysis, and you right there with the charts being able to explain to them what it actually is that they're seeing. I feel like, as intimidating as it seems for beginners, that's like the best thing they could ever do for themselves, is be there in that room.
I try to set the vibe well because we haven't just done the last event in Clearwater. We did the one last year before coronavirus back in Philly. Try to get the incense going, get the music going, get the vibe going. Everybody's got coffee. So it's like a whole thing. Like, you feel the energy of the room, and it does make you absorb the information better. It really does.
Just different.
It's just different, but it's indescribable with words. You just got to be there to feel it. And then I'm going to do my job to keep trying to host them all over the country. So we're doing Phoenix in March. I'm going to try to do Texas later this year, and then another one in Florida later this year. So I'm thinking at least 3 more, including this Phoenix one, but we'll see how the interest goes. And honestly, I'm willing to do it even if 5 people want to get together. You know what I mean? It's not so much about filling the room to me. It's like, who wants to be there? Who's willing to make sure that they're really taking trading seriously? It's as simple as it is.
And not only that, but I feel like, and I know I'm speaking like for the collective, but just
speak
like
for them, right?
My observations, I feel like it really shows people that attend how much bigger and how much more goes into trading than just trading. Like, so
they wonder why I make all these YouTube videos, right?
Like you'll talk about the business side of it and a little like taxes. Movie has stopped recording automatically. The card is full.
Keep talking.
Okay, well, my clip will come back shortly. But I was just saying that even like the business side of it and understanding like all of these people that come in and are like, oh, if you're a successful trader, like, why do you have events? Why do you sell courses? It's like, because you genuinely want to help people be able to elevate their life. And unfortunately, we live in a time where finances control a huge part of that. So if trading is like a piece of the stepping stone, You want to help them get there. And there's so much more that goes behind it. You even get into meditation and learning how to still the mind.
If you come to the next event, we're going to meditate at the beginning. And I think we're
Yeah.
going to do that for all the events going forward. It's such a great idea. Because we had a lot of questions come in at the end of the event. And I'm like, well, we're all jacked up at the end of the event. We're not going to meditate now.
Yeah.
But at 9 a.m., it's a great thing to start the event.
Exactly, because I'll be able to be there the full event. So I probably will walk everyone through like a guided
that'd be good.
meditation and some exercises just to help.
So come to Arizona. It's going to be a fucking vibe. Like,
It's
you got to
just-
be there.
It's more than trading. Like, you take everything out of it and apply it to your life.
I try to like not sell us too hard. And like even now someone's watching this and like, bro, can you just talk about GameStop? I try not to sell our shit too hard. I don't sell the courses that hard on you guys. I don't sell these events. But like these events are the best thing that we offer.
Yes.
You get my energy. When Riley's there, you get her energy. You get the energy of the other traders. Like again, I just feel like it's indescribable in words.
Yeah.
Come, and if you feel like you want your money back because it wasn't a great day and you didn't get value out of it, I'll give you your money back. Like I don't care. I don't want you to feel like I'm taking advantage of you. But I'm telling you, if you want to take ASFX seriously, if you want to take your own trading seriously, take it to the next level. That's the best way to put it. Be there in Arizona. So link in the description. If you have any questions, just reach out to me.
Yeah.
We've got some guys driving in. Ryan is driving from Vegas. He's going to be there.
Yeah.
We've got some guys from the East Coast flying in. I
And
think
I feel
Felipe's
like-
flying in.
I hate to linger on it, but
Yeah.
it's true. Like if those people if you watch our episodes and you know a little bit about me, like I am such a genuine person that when I feel passionately about something, like I could genuinely rant on it for hours because it feels so true and authentic. I hate being I'm just not.
Right.
I won't ever go into realms of inauthenticity or something that doesn't feel good for me.
Right.
So take that for what it is.
So let's talk about GameStop.
Ugh.
So
Yeah.
the summary. Let's start with the summary of what's happening and what's led to the craziness. And then we'll talk about where we think it's going to go forward from here because that's what everybody wants to know.
Yeah.
Everybody's hitting us up. Should I be buying this stock? Should I be buying this stock? Should I be buying GameStop, AMC, or Nokia, or Dogecoin? So let me start just by prefacing these four things, okay? We're looking at companies, GameStop, AMC, Nokia, and then Dogecoin, which is not a real company. I'm pretty sure it's created by the internet just as a troll, right? It's worth like 0.000 something. Do these really seem like the investments of the future? No, clearly not, right? Clearly no. But what you're seeing is
gambling in the stock market.
not gambling. You're seeing what's happened from the hedge funds to take advantage of the little guys year after year after year. You're seeing the situation flip. The little guys got a leg up on the big guys here. And the whole structure of everything is now going to change. So the end of this, before we go into the little details, the end of what's going to come here is one of two things. Are they going to regulate us more, meaning the retail trader, of what we can buy in securities and what we can, when we can sell, how long we have to hold it, mandatory holding limits? Are they going to regulate them, or are they going to regulate the brokers? That's it. It's just going to be one of those two.
Or are they going to try and
hedge
regulate
funds.
the communities online that are bringing together all of these people?
Good luck. That's impossible. They'll always find another way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There'll always be another community chat room and a new app that they can't control. That's impossible. The masses will follow. But now what you're seeing is the government's reaction to this. So let's backtrack if that would work. Does that make sense? Maybe we'll work backwards from the top of why this is an issue into where the issue started.
Sure.
Okay. Basically, Citadel, which is a huge hedge fund that buys order flow, which is data. So see it as like, you know how Facebook sold their users' data to other companies to then run ads and blah, blah, blah. That's what Robinhood does to these hedge funds. They're selling your orders, my orders. I don't use Robinhood. We don't use Robinhood. And before I go into this, none of this is investment advice, just us talking, all right? Do your own research.
Entertainment purposes only.
So Citadel buys order flow. God knows how much money they're paying Robinhood for that, but it's probably of buckets, like buckets
How
of
are
money.
they legally allowed to do that, though?
Because Robinhood can do whatever they want. It's a private company. There's regulations by the SEC, but there's been no regulations on selling order flow as far as I know.
So I could see
'Cause the government-
regulations coming in there.
Yep, the government reacts. They are not proactive. They'll react after somebody makes a bunch of money and causes a scene. So Citadel buys order flow from Robinhood. People on the internet in this forum called Wallstbets see very clearly that there are literally more shares available short than actually available to buy. So somehow the short interest in this stock is through the roof. People betting on GameStop to go to zero. But specifically who? Melvin Capital is one of the hedge funds. Melvin took a loan from Citadel. So Citadel and Melvin are tied this way. Melvin's betting that GameStop goes down. I would assume Citadel was betting GameStop goes down. Well, Wall Street Bet steps in and they just say, well, look at this. GameStop is 130 something percent short. How is that even possible? It's not. And this is where the squeeze comes in. As the masses decide, well, let's just get together and buy this price up, all those 137% shorts, they're going to have to close eventually. Either they're going to close their position and take a loss, or they're going to get margin called by their broker and say, yo, you don't have enough available cash to withstand the loss that you're taking. We're closing the position. That's a margin call. So they decide to drive up this stock. GameStop goes from fucking $14 a share to $300, $400. In one day, it went from $400 to $100, then back to $2 something. Insane volatility. You would say, well, what's the issue with that then, right? Like, why is that a problem? It's not, so to speak. It's not. It's really not. To have a forum buy a trade and push a stock is not a problem. It's not illegal. These are free people. Like you said, free government. Where does it become an issue? When Robinhood steps in and says, hold the phone. No more buying, GameStop. Everybody, no more buying. You can only sell. Then they do the same thing for AMC. And then the next day they do it for Starbucks and a whole bunch of other stocks to basically make it look like they're covering their ass. But it was specifically targeted at these stocks that were being pumped. Why did they do it? This is the ending point here. Because of Citadel. Citadel called them and said, bro, not only do we pay you a fuck ton of money for your order flow, but we're losing a ton of money because your users are buying a stock that we're short. Stop the trading or we're done doing business with you. And Robinhood said, well, I'm not going to lose my biggest client. Even if I piss off some retail people, we'll still exist. Maybe. And that's what we're going to see now. Does Robinhood go out of business from this decision to say, fuck the customers, we're going to play that to the hedge fund and make the hedge fund happy? You know what I mean?
But where was the logical thought
in having more shares?
Robinhood having this decision to stop people from being able to buy a share and not think the government was going to get involved?
Money talks, bro.
Like,
money
what?
talks. Citadel said, yo, we pay you, let's just say a number, I'm just guessing, $500 million a month for your order flow. Stop the trading or we're cutting off the check. Well, Robinhood has investors. They have to pay back those investors in those loans. They can't stop that money. They made a choice.
This makes me hate money even more.
It can make you hate money. I would ask you why.
Because of how much control it has over people for no reason. At the end of the day, everybody's just human and wants to feed their families. They're all just trying to survive out here. But
don't hate the player, hate the game.
I don't hate either.
No, you do. You're right now, you're hating the player who's playing with the money. You got to be a player, and you got to figure out how to get the capital.
I don't hate the player, and I don't hate the game. I hate because I can appreciate the game that they're playing because I understand why they have to play it. I hate that humanity has come to this point that money is this thing that's controlling the overall.
We know you hate that, Riley, but you can't change that. You have to get past that because this is like, so Chamath had that speech that everybody's talking about where he basically said it's your obligation to get as much capital, as much money as you can, because most likely the person that he's speaking to in that video, he's thinking most likely you're going to do good with it. We need to keep it out of the bad guy's hands.
Yeah, but it's like the people that when they get all this money, then they just it's like they started small too, but then when they get a large sum, then they use that to control the smaller fish. And it's like, that's where it's like, I'm not hating the player or the game. Maybe I'm hating the player that's on top.
Yeah.
Because it's just not fair. It's like, how are you going to disrupt? Like what this is to me is like Citadel is a sore loser. It reminds me of my brother when we were younger and we would play video games and I would start winning. He would get up and just turn the Xbox off.
Right.
That's exactly what Citadel did.
That is exactly what
it's
this
like
is.
If you, as Citadel, can't play the game,
don't
play
loss.
at all.
Eat the loss.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like you chose to do what you did.
Right.
You clearly weren't smart enough. These people outsmarted you in your own game.
Yep.
Take it.
Take it. Bend over and take it.
Yes.
Yes. They won't, though. Too much money. Can't lose that money.
And that's why I hate money, because the fact that they have so much of it makes them able to get out of the game with a free pass. Right, they can literally be like,
change the rules. Yep. But they can't. They can't. It's not going to...
It's like playing a game with a toddler and they just change their rules halfway through to make it so that they're still winning.
If you look at this tweet that I was showing you before about how... So basically, Citadel took a bailout in 2008 when Bernanke was chair, Ben Bernanke. Ben Bernanke now works at Citadel. Janet Yellen is now chairman of the Federal Reserve. Janet Yellen had been paid previously over $1 million in speaking fees from Citadel. So now Janet Yellen is in the government as the head of the Treasury Department. I think that's what she is. Yeah, the first woman head of the Treasury. She now is advising Biden on this GameStop situation. Who's she going to side with? The people that paid her $1 million or the small little guys? She's going to say, come regulate. Make the big guys happy. Regulate these small guys out. There's a good chance you see some type of change to the retail stock trader. Some type of, you have to hold certain securities under $50 a share. You have to hold them for a month. Something like that. And people will lose it. And here's why it's beautiful. And that's why we're talking about it. Because guess where they're going to come?
Forex.
Come to daddy. For real. They're going to be like, what other markets can I trade?
Yeah.
This is the reason that I did not get into stocks. This is the thing that I hated when I looked at stocks 5 years ago, 6 years
Because
ago.
there is
Manipulation.
Yeah.
News releases moving the market. Hedge funds you can see moving the market. They can just stop your trading.
Or literally just all get together and just decide,
Drive a price up. Yep.
Let's drive this up. We don't even care about, it's like they're just using GameStop. It's like we don't actually give a shit. We don't give a shit about GameStop as a company.
No.
We're just
It's
using the price.
Yes. It was the chosen one because it had so many shorts against it. And now it's about who they're going to go after next. Not to go off on too much of a tangent, but silver, physical silver. People think is a great thing to own right now because these guys are going to try to pump the price. You could see them try to halt the silver trading. For real, they did in 1981. They stopped silver trading. They only let you sell it. What do you think it did to the price? You know what I'm saying? But to think GameStop will not stay where it is, or to think that GameStop will stay as high as it is in the hundreds, is just silly to me. I can't see it staying up there. It's got to come back down. So to everybody that's like, should I ride this wave? No. Anytime, if you're not an active trader to the extent that you think I am, and you think, should I buy something? Don't. Because you got to go and do a lot of research before you try to ride a wave. And more often than not, the people that ride the wave get their face slammed into the sand. You know? They do. So do a lot of research before you go to throw money into it. But this is why I really am going to keep pushing the Forex market like a crazy man. Because all of this stuff does not happen in the Forex market. It just doesn't. Different anomalies can happen, but not to the extent that you see here with the stock market. You can't have so many people driving a currency pair. Banks make the decisions what the exchange rates are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that this whole situation, though, if anything, was kind of like a double-edged sword for the big hedge funds because it has now gained so much publicity that it's opening up the average person to day trading that might not have even truly understood what it was. Like, and here is what I mean when I say this, and that no disrespect, but I know everyone can relate to this. We all have those friends on Facebook that it's like, I don't really know why I'm friends with you. I know of you, but man, every time I look at you and I see what you're posting, I instantly feel better about my life type of people. Those people are now all starting to be like, hey, should I get into stocks? And I'm seeing them post on Facebook about stocks. And again, not to be rude or anything by any means, but I know that their current profession has nothing to do with stocks. And that, like, I can say for some of them personally that I know they don't know anything about stocks. Some of them are family members.
Just stay in your lane,
I can say
man.
about this. They are now coming to Facebook asking all of their Facebook friends, hey, what's going on about day trading? What is it? And they're speaking in simple terms and like to try and explain. Just
basically, I downloaded this app and I hit buy and now I make money.
Yes, like people are literally like, should I be starting with Robinhood? Like, what is this and how do I get involved? And they're all coming to this conclusion because they're just seeing other people make money from it.
Do you think the stock market could just be trashed for life now? Because if everybody starts trading like this and it's just crazy like this, it's like, why would I even invest money in this at all? It's not even stable.
Yeah, because think about it. The more and more people that catch on to, I don't want to say a wave because the stock market has been around, but the more and more people that catch on to retail trading, and if you're good at it and if you know what you're doing, the freedoms that can give you, the more people that catch on and learn that, then it's like, what other jobs are necessary if people found a way to literally play the stock market like a gambling machine to make themselves money?
Right. Nothing. Well, because everyone would try to do that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what it seems like from me going on Facebook.
But that also seems like
everyone's trying to do.
We don't want to say everyone, a lot of people for sure, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it pushes people to learning how to make money online even more, and it diversifies the economy in a way that just forces people to say, look, I make a little money from trading this manipulated market that people used to invest in. It's called the stock market. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It used to be based on valuations of fair companies, but it just doesn't seem we're going that way. You know what I mean? And maybe this changes economy and jobs in the future. And more people end up like me.
I would hope that people start to look at it as more of an investment tool than strictly a way of making an income.
No, but I don't think they're going to. I think I don't think they're going to look at it like a way to make money short term. They're going to look at this like a game, like you said, and that's terrifying. I'm actually terrified if I get stuck in one of my stocks, like SPCE or one of my silver stocks. If they pump my silver stocks, I'm screwed, because my whole plan has been to buy this thing as much as I can at a cheap price. If they shoot me up, I either got to wait for a pullback or I got to keep buying at this higher price. I like the prices I'm at now. SPC.
Or I feel like at that point, just take our profits.
Take the profits.
And
I'll exit.
Back out of
I'm
the
a bitch,
game
bro.
completely.
You got me on video. I'm a bitch. If SPCE today, it closed Friday at 44.29. Dude, if this thing hits 140 real quick, bro, I'm out. I'll take most of my profits, lock my stop on like half the position, and then leave the other half to just roll. Take some money out of this thing, because I'm not playing it, because I've seen how quickly they'll turn right down. And no one will see it coming. They'll be like, where did this come from? I have no idea.
I feel like the stock market is just going to turn into like a digital casino.
Yeah, it could. That's what I'm
literally,
saying.
Like,
right. And hopefully it pushes people to Forex. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And like when they stopped the trading on GameStop and these other stocks, what that did was it allowed the hedge funds to recalibrate, to close some of their positions, take their losses where they were. They didn't let it drop. Imagine if they let GameStop go to 1,000. All the hedge funds that are short would have been squeezed out. This has given people an opportunity to get out of those positions. It's not happening with Forex. Tight stops, like the way that we trade, you're just going to get out of the trade.
Yeah.
Just take the loss and move on, It's just so different.
And I feel like it's so much harder to manipulate the Forex market, because you're talking about currency.
Let me actually make you say it a different way. It's actually already manipulated, already controlled by banks that have algorithms. So the game is already established. It's like the game is now being lifted. The curtain over the game is being lifted in the stock market. It's already been established in the Forex market. We already know this is the way that Forex works, by these algos. Let it work. Play within the game. Follow the rules. But everybody's trying to act surprised now. I think that's the big thing. Why are y'all acting surprised that the stock market is manipulated?
Yeah.
Like, the hedge funds have been doing it to people for a long time. Why are you acting so surprised? This is crazy. We were able to... Yeah, with enough people, you can change the price of a stock. There's only X amount of shares. This is not a new concept. It's just happening in front of everyone right now. So it has the spotlight.
Shows the power of community, though, when people
Hell
come together.
It's dope. That's the beautiful thing. It shows the internet people sticking it to the man. And I like that.
And that's what's going to be so hard, back to how we started this about government regulations and stuff, because the internet is now a beast of its own, that the amount of content and
knowledge
stuff that is being put onto the internet literally in a minute by minute basis, humans can't keep up.
Right.
How can you even attempt
So wait, what's your point?
To regulate it?
Right. Oh, so you can't regulate it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like these herd communities are only gonna, I feel like, continue
gain
to get
power
bigger, because it's like, how...
Dude, did you see Reddit? The Wallstbets thing went from like 5 million people. It's like 10 million people now. Like, it's doubled. Because you have to join the forum.
Yeah.
Right? Sign up for Reddit, and then you follow the forum, and it tracks how many degenerates they call it.
I don't think I've ever been on Reddit's website.
I've only been on it recently in the last couple of days.
I feel like that old lady. Like, am I behind?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big Reddit guy either. You know what I mean? I'm busy with other things, like real world things. I don't get trapped in like the internet BS.
I don't really know what it is, to be honest. Is
it's
it like
a
a
forum.
blog?
Yeah, it's just, you talk about everything. I was just reading about the mushrooms on there. Like, people talk about everything on there. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. Internet.
Let's start with one more thing. End with one more thing. Sorry. The altcoins. Right now, CRV is this coin behind you. It's up 23.6% today. I love this shit because it trades all week. It's never closed, right? I bought this thing at $1. It's $2.50. Nope. Yeah, $2.53 right now. These coins, if we think the stock market is going to be considered more of a game than ever before, why can't I look at the same thing with these coins that are way cheaper than some of these stocks and trade them the same way and make money here? It's all a game. If anything, to me, the only real market is the Forex market, in a way, because it's based on fiat currency exchange rates. And there is fiat currency everywhere. That is how we do economy. So that seems more real, almost, which I heard there's only 8% of all money in physical cash. The rest of it's digital, like in our bank accounts, which makes sense. We don't have not a lot of cash in this house. You know what I'm saying? Most of it is in digital accounts. So there's a small fraction of physical cash out there, but the fiat currency, it's all priced in fiat. So it's like those exchange rates aren't going to go anywhere. They're just going to change. Dude, what's to say in 100 years the stock market is just non-existent and all the money is flowed into altcoin markets and crypto digital markets? 100 years from now, you think we're still trading stocks the same way we're doing it now? I just don't see that. I just don't. So I'm really on this altcoin wave, and I'm using different indicators like that volume profile to kind of look and see where volume is with some of these altcoins, and it's fascinating. I'm loving it. So, and I think people are going to love it too. When I come out with a crypto course next year or something like that, people are going to lose their shit Because they're going to be like, how do I trade altcoins? What are altcoins? I'm going to be on that next market while everybody's just still getting in the stock market. You know what I'm saying? And that one's a game.
I think it's interesting how the first digital currencies, whatever, all are in relation to some sort of coin.
Yeah.
Because even think about physical money. The smallest
is a coin.
Increments
it's a
are
penny.
Coins.
Yeah.
And then it leads into paper bills and
right.
stuff. So it's like, this is almost just like the new age of digital money, starting out as a little baby coin.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll have digital.
You're half right in your idea. It won't develop any further than that, just because that's what the digital, like the internet people call it. You know, that's their term.
Right.
Because of the nerdy thing.
But okay, this might be a really dumb question.
Those are the best.
I know. I got a lot of them.
No, you don't.
So.
The people in my DMs do.
Why can't we just... Okay, how do I even start this? So like right now, we'll use dollars for example. We know how many dollars are allowed to be in circulation, right? Like we know how many dollars are out there right now.
Well, I just told you. We know that like 8% of it is in cash and then the rest of it isn't.
No. I'm not talking about whether it's in cash or digital.
Just how much?
Yes.
I think we know. We have an idea.
So why, if we know that number, for easy sake, literally for easy sake, let's just say there's 1 million total.
Okay.
We know that. Why can't we just burn all the cash, melt all the coins, still know that there's only 1 million available, but just move it digital? We don't need to physically transact these things anymore. We can make it all digital and know that there's only 1 million total and that only 1 million can be distributed at one time.
Everyone's going to hit the comments and be like, oh my God, she's talking about Bitcoin. Because that's what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is a limited amount. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin ever available, something like that. Once we reach the peak, after they're mined, can't mine Bitcoin anymore. That's it. That's all we've got. So when dollars are, what will happen is instead of burning the money, it will become worthless, which would lead to people burning it anyway. So when the money becomes worthless, the dollars or the yen or the euros, when they become worthless, then the Bitcoin would be even more valuable because there is a finite amount of it.
Yeah, but that's like
I love the people that say you only need 1 Bitcoin. If you just have 1 Bitcoin and you hold 1 Bitcoin for 100 years, you'll be fine. You'll be a part. What? Will I be a part of some digital, like, big baller club that only 21 million people? What about the rest of the fucking world, bro? Do they not get any Bitcoin? Because there's some guys that have thousands of Bitcoins and they're just sitting on them. They're balling right now and they're just sitting on them. So how could everyone get 1 Bitcoin? It's not even possible. I hate that fucking bullish argument about Bitcoin. Get 1 Bitcoin, you'll be fine. No, you won't. You won't.
Okay, but...
You see, I'm kind of going against your idea here. Everyone just can't have 1 and then we just call it even. It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying.
No, I know
because everybody already has what they have.
Right.
In a digital bank account.
Yeah.
So it's like...
What they would do maybe is introduce, like, if you have $1 million in your digital bank account, dollars, I'll give you 1 million Fed coins. And you can just use my Fed coins everywhere. Like, everyone takes Fed coins. Give me your fucking dollars, and I'll give you Fed coins.
I think what loses me and what's pretty funny is just all these different names we have for money. It's all just money. Like, why do we have to take it? And just because we're now making the dollar digital or whatever the fuck they're doing, why do we have to call it something different? It's still just money. Like, why?
The same reason India is trying to ban cryptocurrency, taxes and regulation.
Humans love to complicate shit.
Why?
To create problems.
No,
that way they then can offer solutions which require more money. It's all just an endless...
You're half right again.
Stupid
Problems
cycle.
create control. When someone else has a problem and you have the solution, you have control. What is the problem? Not enough money.
Yeah, but think about... Then, okay, go deeper. I would love to have some nice, deep... mind-to-mind conversations with these people running our fucking world. Like, okay, why do you want control? Tell me.
They'll probably tell you for allocation of capital to grow it and make more money.
For what?
To have more power. Money is power. Lets me make
for
the
what?
world. Hopefully they'll say it lets me make the world a better place.
There aren't dinosaurs on this world anymore. What do you need power over?
Other humans. So I can get the humans to help me feed a bigger goal. That's what money does. It helps us all work together in a way to feed a bigger goal. If you have a lot of capital and you can deploy it in the right way, you can do a lot.
If you can believe in your goal and get others to truly believe in your goal, you shouldn't need money.
How am I going to eat, Riley? How am I going to pay my rent
You grow your own food.
We can't all grow our own food. There's too many human beings in too densely of a populated area to grow our own food and sustain. You're crazy. And I can't grow gummy bears. I love your ideas and I love you because of those ideas, but they're not feasible anymore. It's too far gone.
I'm telling you.
Where you're better off now is you should change your fucking argument and you need to be like, fuck Earth, I'm going to Mars, and hopefully we start Mars better.
I just need to create my own damn planet.
Well, you know, Bitcoin, Elon wants Bitcoin to be the currency or there's going to be some crypto. What are you going to do? Fly cash up to Mars, bro? No.
I need to have a conversation with Elon.
Think about they're not going to take cash to the other planet. It's going to have a whole different system of economy. What's that going to be based on? Money, Riley. Economy, money. It makes transacting. You have something I need. I have something you want. Cool. Let's make a transaction. You need a system of transacting. Money. It's just the way the world works.
No, but we don't need money. That's the way Earth works.
No, it is the way it works. It will work on Mars. If we're on Mars and we're living on Mars, and there's not a lot of us, but just a couple thousand of us, but like you need shoes. I might have all the shoes. You have to pay me for the shoes. Food. Shoes is a bad example for Mars. Heelys on Mars.
But why can't we go back to just basic trade? Why do we have to create this
because
third-party thing of money? Like, oh, you have shoes that I apparently need, Riley, which I don't. How about I trade you some tomatoes for shoes?
Riley, I want your clothes. Take my rock for your clothes. Oh, no, I can't have your clothes for my rock? Well, fuck, now I have no clothes.
Okay, but that's even where then it comes down to being basic humans, and it's like if I have excess of something and this person is in need, you give it to them.
No, you don't. Humans don't operate that way.
They do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I agree that some of them do, but not all of them. No. Why when we go to the grocery store and you buy 2 things of peanut butter now because I taught you how to buy stuff for when we run out, why do you do that? Because you need to have enough. You need to be taken care of. Selfish. You need to live. You're living a privileged life right now. You don't know what the average person is going through and how much they need money, Riley. I bet you people, I love you, but I bet you people hear you saying that and they're like, fuck this bitch. She don't know what she's talking about. Money is the most important thing in the world.
That's fine. They can think that.
That's the majority of Americans. Majority.
You're saying that I don't understand.
No, I'm not. I know you understand what I'm saying.
The people that need money.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if we go way fucking back in time and money just didn't exist and people actually learned at the core of who they were as human beings and did not feel greed and all of these negative emotions, they would feel okay to give what they have excess of to help the other human.
You go back past the Egyptians, you go back past the Greeks, past the Romans. You find the human that didn't want to take something from someone else in his own further conquest for life, his own family, his own pursuit of whatever goals he had. It's a human. You're wrong. I love you, but
you're not understanding what I'm saying because you even relate it back to the people today that need money. I get that, and I understand why they need money. I'm saying the source of the problem as to why they need money because humans are so conditioned to feel these things like greed and feel unsafe if they don't have all of these excess of things.
In your world, I always gotta say I love you, but in your world, what you're basically saying is if you go back in time, far enough back, past Jesus, past all these people, there was someone at some point that didn't want control over everyone and he wanted everyone to be peaceful. But the problem,
I'm not saying you even have to go back in time. I'm saying that every human like that today has that within them.
You're ignoring history.
They're just blind.
But you're ignoring history because greed and power, it's deep. Think about the Romans. Think about the Egyptians. It's always conquer, take, conquer, take, conquer.
I know that.
You can't reprogram that. That's human nature. Human nature is to, especially a masculine thing, it's to take what I want. No matter what you tell me I can have, I will take it. I'll kill you if I have to. Yes, that's masculine energy, and that is in the universe. It's not even humans on Earth. Listen to me.
I am listening to you. Are you listening to me?
Of course. But at some point, money came in, and it was never negotiable to remove it because it created a system of doing business, and it enforced the hierarchy of who was in power and who was not. And if you go back to what I'm saying, the pharaohs are pharaohs. They ran slaves. The Romans had slaves. Humans have enslaved each other for thousands of years. It's about control.
I understand that. That's not what I'm saying.
Why you gotta mimic me? You don't have to mimic me. I'm just talking slow so people understand. I go fast. Don't mimic me. I'm being serious.
Because you're not listening to what I'm saying. I get all of what you're saying, but I'm saying that money piece is the control part. If you take that out, why do we need that hierarchy of all this negativeness of, oh, if someone's not in power, well, they're going to get killed.
Bro, because the world is full of idiots, and without people in power to drive the ship, what would get done? We'd be a bunch of literally unevolved human beings. We are at the pinnacle, as far as we know, of human evolution right now, today. Not tomorrow, today, right? So if we are at the peak, go back in time, someone had to drive this ship, right?
Maximum. Yeah, you got it. There we go.
Is it go?
You're good now.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
You
Nope.
sure?
Push it again. Yeah.
We're running long here. This is a different, we can go deeper into this, but just what I'm saying is like, and I understand what you're saying about money and it creates that need for greed and things like that. But what I would tell you, as you study your yoga thing and you go deeper into self-study, there is a piece in human nature that you have to dive in, which is this dark side that exists. And that dark side wants control, wants power, and wants to move let me finish. It wants to move society, how that human sees society, forward in their ideal direction, whatever that means necessary. And at some point, beyond trade, money became the rule, the use of exchange here to take that conquer and that power and that want for more and make it even bigger and exacerbate it even more. So money had to come in, and money can't go out because money is now a part of human nature, in my opinion. It just is. There's too many humans. Back in the day, you could, at that point, have said, all right, everybody chill out, go find some land and grow your own shit. But right, like there's large parts of Russia that are icy tundra. They can't all just move out into the farmland and grow their own food. They also don't know how. So there's just a lot of pieces to your Riley's ideal world that we all love. Our viewers love Riley's ideal world. They do. Read I know you don't always read the comments, but you have to because they listen all the way this far in to hear us argue. And they love that. And I think you're right. A lot of people want that. But it's not possible, in my opinion. And I'm a fucking idiot, so I don't know nothing. But I'm just telling you
But
why.
it is, because I'm telling you that the money is just the middleman. Why, if I have fruit and you have potatoes, why do I need to give you money
I can't even
for
have
your
this
potatoes?
conversation. I'm not even being rude. I can't because my wants are beyond potato. I want a fucking penthouse in Miami. I want 6 houses all over the world and 3 private jets. What are you gonna fucking trade me for that? Nothing.
Why do you want that?
That doesn't matter. That's a different conversation. I don't, but I'm saying someone did. Someone was fuck your potatoes.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. If we were able to have conversations with that individual to get them to awaken to their own mind and remove all of these roots of suffering that they have and this need for greed and grasping onto things, this never would have been created.
I just love you so much. Because I just think you're so naive in a way, and it's cute. Because it's like you live such a privileged life where we live in our lifestyle. It's so privileged, and you're saying these things where the majority of the world would be like,
this is where you say
of course
this,
we need money.
and this is why people might think I'm a bitch because of your comment right there. But it's like, no, actually, I'm so far removed from where I currently am. These are just my thoughts in general.
I just wish you could see how it's not realistic.
Whether I was privileged or whether I'm back in kindergarten growing up poor as fuck. Like, it doesn't matter the state of where my body in this reality physically is right now. It is.
Was your life, I mean, but like if you think about how hard like your life was when your mom was raising you and you guys didn't have a lot of money versus how easy your life is now, it's just ease of life because of the society that we live in.
Right, but I'm telling you, if you listen, that my life has nothing to do with what I am speaking on right now. Like, I am removed from my life as I speak about, when I'm talking about this person way back when or whatever that feels the greed to need the money, to need all of these extra external things. What if he was able to just learn and dive deeper within his own mind to understand what hit the core of human beingness is, and he was able to let go of all of these grasping and needs for more? What if humans could come to an understanding of what it is that they really are at their core?
They live in the mountains. They're called monks, and that's what they do. But the rest of us that live in reality, I want things, Riley. I have one life. I want a fucking cool car. I want to live my life. I want to travel. I want to experience things. Someone else wanted things. Now, Leonardo whoever was back at Roman times, Caesar didn't want a Ferrari. Caesar wanted to take power, to make more money, to grow the power, grow the Roman Empire.
Right, but for
let
what?
me finish. Just let me finish. Grow his. Stop just asking for what. Listen, he wanted to grow his legacy.
What?
Bro, for whatever reason, he felt that I said it's human nature. It is in us as humans, especially males, to say, I want more. I want more. I want my family to live a better life. I want a better life. It's part of human nature. So when you say get back to the human beingness of all of it, what humans really need, you're ignoring what I'm telling you I think a lot of people need, which is to satisfy that need of I want to have a better life at the end than I did when I came into this. A lot of people have that.
That is what I'm trying to get you to understand, that is a root of suffering. The need to grasp for more and to think that it will make your current life more enhanced than it already is.
It will. When
grasping.
You're broke as shit and then you make $600,000 in a year, it will make your life a lot better. Fact. It will make your life. You might not be happier. You might not feel any more closer to your inner self, but you will have a better life. You won't be in poverty. You won't be worrying about where you're going to get your next meal or if your rent is going to be paid. Life is better.
Right, but you're talking in a physical sense of
it's
what
important
better
to talk
means.
About physical reality. We're not eating mushrooms yet. We're going to do that this afternoon. Physical reality, I'm telling you, what matters the most is money, because it gets me safe. It gets me protected. It gets me fed. It gives my children an opportunity to go to school and be safe when they go to school. All of these things are driven and exchanged by money. And all of that, I only want my kids to go to school and have a good life so they can have a better life than I did. I want more. That has nothing to do with wanting money. I want my kids to live a better life than me. That's what parents always want. When we have a kid, our perspectives on the entire world are going to change. Everybody tells us that. But if I look at people that have kids, they all tell me, once you have a kid, you just want that kid to have a better life than you. So a lot of this could come back to that. These people had kids. They have a family. They want more for their family. I don't care if I have to take my army and walk 500 miles and go conquer them to make my family safe. I will do it. I need it. That's human nature. That's that want for more protection, more safety, a better life. Isn't that a right as a human? Like, you know what I mean? We're not arguing just to argue. I just think you might be a little out of touch in the sense of like this wanting for more because you're so satisfied with how your life is. And you've always been that powerful spiritual soul. That's what attracted me to you, part of it. So like you don't have a full sense of understanding of what I'm saying, which is like this masculine, like.
I do understand it.
It's
ego. It's grasping.
And without ego, we're nothing.
Yes, but it's the difference between learning there's your ego ideal and your ideal ego. And your ideal ego is what ruins you. That is what causes suffering.
I love you again, and I just disagree because I don't feel like I'm suffering, but I feel like I'm shooting for so much more for our family.
I never said
so
you
motivated
specifically
and
were suffering.
No, I know you didn't, but I would be grouped into these people for sure. I'm not grouped into the people that like you that don't want any money. I'm not a monk like you. I'm part of the people that want more, but I don't feel like I'm suffering. I feel like I'm coming into my stride, and if now we come out of the blocks and I'm actually running and I'm winning the race, if I just slow down, I don't win the race. I'm now coming into it. I should want more now. I should carry this momentum. And
okay, but you win the race, then what?
Well, I mean, you die at the end of the day. So like life is the race. So you just die. Your physical body dies, and then whatever happens after that, that's just speculation because none of us actually know for sure. So I don't know.
But if something were to happen to you where you could, like, you got disabled and you could no longer strive and do these great things you want to do, how would you feel emotionally?
I would figure it out. And I would, again, me personally, I feel like I'm in a pretty good mental place, so I would be okay. Some people, like you're saying, would not be able to do it for sure. But I think a part of me and like people too, I'm not special. I think a lot of people have it. It's hunger. Like that guy that I always reference with no arms and no legs, and he's on stage doing a speech, getting paid for that. What stopped him? Nothing. Disability, kill me, or I'm going to keep pushing for more.
I'm not saying that the hunger is a bad thing.
No, because it's definitely not. You'd be incorrect.
It's when the hunger turns into should be's, and it's when the hunger creates these images in your head of how things should look, or when I achieve these things, this is how I should feel. And then they do these things and they still don't feel that way, and then their hunger just gets diverted into the next best thing. You see what I'm saying?
In a way. Yeah. I think that maybe where we're like stuck is just in the idea of how is that hunger directed? Are you directing it to go get more money just for what? I agree with you in that. Like for what? But if we get to the point where I'm like, yo, Ry, we have the potential this year to do $10 million in business, plus I might have a couple of deals come through. Would you be like, for what? You would never say that to me. You would tell me, okay, let's get it done. Why? Because you know I'm a good person, and with that money that I'm not just getting for what, I'm going to do good things with. You know what I mean? So I think that I just view it that way. Like my perception of the world is not that we don't need money. It's just that we need money in the good people's hands. Your perception of the world is we just don't need money and we'll all be good. I disagree with that strongly. I think there's fucking evil out there.
Well,
and you got to keep the money away from them.
I know that there is evil out there. For me, it's just like, what's necessary? And if people
Great
actually were able to, like I said,
Right.
get to the roots of their own suffering in their brain,
Right.
whether it's they're living in the past, whether it's they're constantly living in the future, or whether they just want to escape the current moment as it is altogether. All three are forms of suffering.
Right.
Because they can't just be happy with what it is right now,
So
right in front
is
of them.
Is our middle ground to say that if you're happy with what's in front of you right now, but you can balance that like I do with hunger and drive for more, then that's okay? Like if I'm not suffering in the current moment, but I still can feel motivated and want to take more to make my life better, isn't that okay? Like it's like you just said, I don't look, act, or feel like I'm suffering, but I'm still hungry. So what is that?
Right. So that is because you can't get rid of your ego altogether. So that is your ego, but that's what I'm saying. That is your ego ideal. It's when you.
But you already explained that. But what I'm saying is, what is that in your equation of all of this? If I am not suffering about what I have currently, what I did in the past, or what I could maybe do in the future, if I'm not suffering in that mindset of those things, I'm happy in the present moment. But in the present moment, I know I want more because I can. What is that? That's human nature. That's my universe telling me to go for more. And if you don't, you're letting yourself down. You know what I mean? I feel like that's human nature for some people. Not for everybody. Not everybody is doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
We don't have to keep going on this.
No, I know, because it can go for a while. But you get what
Yeah.
I'm saying about how it's just part of some people's DNA. Like, you could not take it out of me if you cut my arms and legs off. I would figure it out and provide for you and our family. Tell me I wouldn't.
Yes.
And what does provide mean? Make money. So without arms and legs, I would still figure out a way to make money. Because providing now is different than back in the Roman times. I don't need to go kill someone to provide. It's a lot better now because of money. Money, oh, my camera just shut off. We'll wrap it up here. Money makes it easy for me to protect my family and grow my future now. Way different than it was in the past, you know?
But that's what I'm saying is it doesn't have to be that way.
But it does because there's too many humans already on the boat. You know what I mean? The boat is already, you're right. It doesn't have to be, but the boat already sailed.
It doesn't have to be that way.
But the boat already left the harbor. So we got to send you to Mars. So listen, guys, I know the camera just ended. I appreciate you sitting all the way through. We're an hour deep. It's been a good conversation. Let us know if you want to go deeper on this concept of do we need money or not. But I really appreciate you guys sticking all the way through. Let me know what you think about the India, and I'm talking to a camera that is not even on. Let me know what you think about the Bitcoin India thing. Let me know if you guys are coming to see us in Phoenix. Comment down below. Make sure you grab a ticket. We're going to sell out pretty soon, I'm sure. And then, yeah, we'll bring you back another conversation next weekend. Maybe we'll go deeper on this do we need money idea. But
because I'm not saying if you just eliminated money today that everything would be
going.
okay. Like, that's not what I'm
I
saying.
know. We all know you're not. So, yeah, we got to go deeper on this. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'll see you Monday morning.
Bye.